had a good weekend. We went to church and just kind of hung around my house yesterday evening and watched a couple of movies and not a whole lot going on. So anyway, over to you, Steve. N4LQ to take it, K4YBC.
All right, Dave. K4YBC, N4LQ. Yeah, I'm just getting acclimated here. Finished my bowl of cereal. Ran out of total and had to eat Wheaties. Got some more coming in today, though, from Walmart. Big order of total and croissants. XYL loves croissants. She eats one for breakfast every morning. And some other things. And sitting here packing up my blowed up SDR, sending it in for repair to some guy in Florida that does SDR play repair. And I'm using the new one today for streaming and stuff. Having a good time here. So, let's see. Where's Dave? I hadn't heard him. He wasn't on here yesterday. W4JPL, N4LQ.
KM4LCL.
I'm trying to do a new method here so I can figure out who's on first. So, right now, me goes to Cliff. From there it goes to Cuz. From there it goes to Steve and then to Chad. So I'm trying. This usually gets the Bojangles confused out of me. Well, again, had a busy weekend. It's all good. It's cold out there. That's for sure. So, yeah, I had a busy day at church yesterday. I wrote a new praise song. I guess the pastor liked it because he asked me to play it twice. So I guess that's something we're going to I only played it on acoustic. I'm going to record it properly down in my little studio this weekend. Other than that, I ain't got a lot going on today, but tomorrow I got to go get my physical, so I'm going to get yelled at by the doctor, I'm sure. WB4NKL, W4JPL.
W4JPL, WB4NKL. Now, I don't enjoy going to those doctors, but I've got to go make an appointment again. I had the last one, he never did see me after I tested positive for COVID. He sent me on home. So we've got to go back to another round sometime. Good morning, Chad. Okay, the total. I've still got some of that total left. Been working on it, though. Probably another 3 or 4 days. I'll have to order another box. Still amazes me how quick that stuff can get here. I needed some long. I ordered those Saturday, and they come in on Amazon. They come in yesterday. So it's amazing. They sent the Amazon truck up all the way out from somewhere and up the driveway, and the whole order was like $6. Same thing on that total last week. Ain't bound to be losing money on the delivery. Steve, I think I looked at that article on Electric Radio on cleaning plastic, and this guy was talking about the heat kit knobs on like the single benders. They're supposed to be bright white when they were new, and they get yellow over the years. And he tried to clean them with everything and didn't do any good. But he got some gel, hydrogen peroxide, and put on them, and then he put them under a UV light overnight, and he had to go through 3 of those procedures. He did it once, cleaned them off, did it 3 times, and they come out bright white when he got done with it. But I was thinking it was something else, but it was a knob for a heat kit that he used the hydrogen peroxide. So Chad might tell us how Dollywood went. Did you get to ride the engine? Yeah. Go ahead, KSK4YBC, WV4NKL.
WV4NKL, K4YBC. Okay, real fine. And, yeah, Chad, I'd like to hear about how everything went down in Dollywood. And, I might have mentioned this, guys, but I got a whole box full of Heathkit knobs out there, different ones, big ones, small ones, all kinds of them. If anybody needs them, they're more than welcome to them. Like I said, they small ones and big tuning knobs and all kinds of things in there. Anybody wants them, they're welcome to them. Yeah, I got to go over to VA tomorrow. Oh, Terry's going to love this. He always telling me when I go to a dermatologist, you know, to put a paper sack over my head and everything. So I'll see if Janie's got a big old brown paper bag in there that I can wear tomorrow, because I got to go to a dermatologist. Anyway, Chad, how you doing, buddy? KN4RCL, K4YBC.
KN4RCL, doing just fine, buddy. Got 41 degrees, and my water folks said this morning they got 31 in Burnsville. So they maybe froze up down there. And I went to Dollywood Thursday, I believe, and that's where this cold spell hit, and it's real nice. And they wouldn't run the train down there. They had the train parked. So I went around and looked at it, and they got it back there where the shop and the rest of the cars was parked over there by the picnic shelter. I guess where they park them at the shop. And they had one of them old cars look like in the shop working on it, so it might not been the engine, might have been one of the cars that was derailed. I'm thinking, them cars look like they were in bad shape. And they got two engines, so they keep them swapped out and everything, keep them in good shape. But they used the same train on both of them. And them old cars are the original cars that they had with it when they started it back in 62, and they was used back then. So definitely they need to get some new cars. And the track looked like it was not well kept and had weeds going through it and didn't have no ballast or anything. They wasn't taken care of like CSX takes care of their track, so that might be another cause right there. So it's good they paused everything, because Brandon said their safety record's not the best in the world, and which I believe it. And they got OSHA there investigating everything. So the OSHA's there investigating on them, and I guess they ain't got no other choice but to shut her down. I'll send it back around to, I guess, John is on top this morning. KN4RCL. Where's Terry?
WK4.
Go ahead, Rick. Pick it up and give back to me. W4JPL.
Too quick. WK4. Well, me 36 degrees, I think, this morning. Surprised me. And what else going on? Had breakfast at church Saturday morning. I was there at 5:30. It ain't meant for a man to get up that early. I don't care who you are. And what else? Several things, I reckon. I'll think of it when I wake up more. W4JPL, WK4.
Y'all left Steve out, dummies.
WK4R, W4JPL. All right, fine business. Good morning, Mr. Rick. Stephen Cliff, as far as Amazon is concerned, I do not understand how they have a viable business. We're out in the middle of nowhere, like I guess a lot of you guys are, and I'll order something. I usually try to be considerate and try to keep the order over $20, $25, but I've ordered things for $6 and they deliver it the next day. Happily, the guys all happy to deliver it, but you can't make no money doing that. So they should have like a $50 or $75 minimum, but I guess they'd lose half their customer base if they did that. Just don't understand it. And Mr. Chad, what in the world is a jelly roll? You kept sending these Facebook things about jelly roll, and I'm old and confused. WB4NKL in the group, W4JPL, 4LLR.
W4JPL, WB4NKL, and Cuz turned it over to Steve this time. We left him out. And had OUM after Rick and Dave. Good morning to you. Come in after Terry, I guess, then back to JPL. They had the breakfast over here, Rick, at the Rick, and Mark and Chuck went to it, but I didn't make it over. I went walking instead. But, they were sending pictures and all that stuff. Let's see. Dolly needs to spend some money on that railroad. She's got the bucks to fix that up first class. I would think. She builds all these big motels and rides and everything, so she could put a $2 million into that railroad over there, get it first class. And you'd think they'd do that. Got people riding on that thing and potential of getting somebody hurt. You'd think they would be first class with that. And it looks like temperatures are everywhere. I think Chad said 41 up on the mountaintop, so we've got temperature inversion going on. Rick's down to 36, 34. And 31 maybe in Burnsville. So, looks like forecast it's going to sort of warm up there during the day as the week goes on. I'll send it on around. Go ahead, cuz K4YBC, WB4NKL.
WB4NKL, K4YBC, okay, real fine. And you'd think as much money as Dolly Parton's got, she would that railroad be in first class condition, because she let that thing go downhill. And she's looking at a lawsuit that would probably wipe her out. Of course, I don't know how many millions of dollars. Seems like I saw something one time saying that she was worth like $450 million or something like that. But that's been a while back. She's probably worth a whole lot more. But yeah, you'd think she would keep the railroad there in top-notch condition. Oh well. And Steve, I apologize. I don't know where my mind was, so over to you, Steve. N4LQ, K4YBC. And by the way, Steve, did you get that little receiver you had? I think you had to replace an audio transformer or something there. I wonder if you just got that going. Go ahead, Steve. Over.
Yeah, you've been thinking about Dolly Parton there, Dave, I think. N4LQ. The little receiver with the audio transformer. I guess you're talking about the NC100. Yeah, I got that going, and at the old friends luncheon, I picked up a couple of radios from Cliff, and I got the HQ110A going. That's a pretty nice little receiver, and got it all cleaned up and aligned and ready to go for. I don't know where it's going to go though. Just sitting here, need to find a home for it one of these days, I guess. I just enjoy fixing them up. So yeah, I'm just sitting here filling out an order. No big deal. I get missed every now and then. I can go to a party and nobody will even notice I'm there sometimes. So glad you had a good time. I guess you had a good time down there at in the Smokies there, Chad. KN4RCL, N4LQ.
I was thinking about Dolly Parton this morning and forgot all about Steve. So, Steve, I'm sorry about that. But, Cliff, he said one of them Dolly Parton urges this morning. And, well, she got a new hotel built over there.
Good morning.
And the Dreamer Resort is the next red right up, and her new hotel is called the Heart Song. She had some kind of song back in the day about heart songs, and she called her new hotel Heart Song over there, and she built probably $1 billion or so in that. So she might not have the money, but Dolly Parton only owns 5%. The other 95% is owned by Herschel Family Entertainment, and Dolly, well, that 5%, the other part is where she wholly owns, but it's owned by the Dollywood Corporation. So I guess she owns all of that. She owns the Dixie Stampede. I ain't Dixie no more. I'm still mad over that. And the Pirates and several other dinner shows in Branson, the Myrtle Beach, and Pigeon Forge. They had one in Orlando, and they shut it down. But let me explain about the Jelly Roll. Since John is wanting to know about the Jelly Roll. Jelly Roll is a rock star and a country music star, and he's the hardest thing going right now. And I've seen him in concert Saturday night, and to tell you the truth, I've seen Ozzy Osbourne and Alice Cooper, and compared to them, he made them two look like a Sunday school class. So, J-Row is pretty intense Saturday night. But he also does intense, but also sings gospel songs and everything. So that's what I guess the world's coming to. Is one moment you're praising the Lord, next minute you're smoking marijuana. So I guess God sees that's all right, smoking marijuana. At least he said it was. KN4RCL. Don't forget Terry. Terry's in there. I don't know where hell enough he is, but don't forget Terry. Go ahead, Rick. K4R. KN4RCL.
WK4R. Terry's after me. Yeah, Cliff, I heard about the Bowmantown Brewertown breakfast from several people. I I would like to have gone back, but it's for a piece for breakfast, and we put one on at church this weekend and had to do that one. So, Steve watched Amerigeddon over the weekend, I think, or Friday, sometime or another, maybe Friday night. It was a good movie and scary and true, I think. Just my opinion. Chad, looks like you had a good time up yonder way. And yep, one time I heard about Jelly Roll, saw him on TV for some reason for a brief moment, and then I just had to sit there and watch it to see what this Yahoo was doing. And he's a little rough looking, to say the least, and he goes from one extreme to the other. I don't know what to think about him, and don't plan on trying to figure it out, to be honest. Let's see. WD4OUM, WK4R.
WD4OUM. Well, have you ever heard that old saying, I don't give a big fuzzy flip one way or t'other? The surf's out, the sun's up, it's a beautiful day in Burbank. Good morning, one and all. And, cuz, you remind me back when I was young. You don't need one bag, you need 2 bags is what you need. Anyway, WA4LLR, WD4OUM.
WD4OUM and the group, WA4LLR. Well, good morning, everybody. Running a little late today, but it was a good day to sleep in. 35 degrees, bright sunshine. Seeing a little bit of color on the hill or on the mountain across the valley. I'd say it'll start coming out pretty good now. Don't see any frost anywhere, but we had a breeze most of the night. Hope everybody's doing well. Chad, glad you had a good trip to Dolly's place. And I'll have to say I've never experienced Jelly Roll. Only Jelly Roll I've ever seen came like a Twinkie or something, and that's about the only one I'm interested in. Anyhow, doing pretty good today. So I think it goes down to John, W4JPL, WA4LLR.
Alrighty, WA4LLR and the group, W4JPL. Well, good morning, all you guys checked in, and Chad, I'm glad you had a good time up there. Why anybody want to name himself Jelly Roll? I thought maybe it was a band, but why anybody want to name themselves Jelly Roll? Well, this is America. You can do whatever you want. 40 degrees here. Beautiful, bright blue sky out there, and the sun's starting to come up over the trees. And let me turn the 2-meter CB down there. There you go. I wasn't even aware it was on. Let's see. Dolly Parton. She's 77 years old. She's worth $650 million. She's given a lot to that community, and that's to be commended. The only thing I'm trying to figure out about Dolly Parton is she just released a rock and roll album, her first. And she's doing all these classic rock tunes, and I'm thinking, I don't know, rock and roll should be for young people. 77, and she looks good in the videos. She looks really good in the videos. But rock and roll, after all them years of doing country, I guess. And finally, I was bored one evening, and I thought, maybe I want to change my call sign. I decided I'm not going to, but I did find out that WD5OUM's available. That could really confuse things in the morning if I did that. WB4NKL in the group, W4JPL.
W4JPL, WB4NKL. Yeah, that's nobody go changing call signs. It's we're confused enough as it is. We never would get another one straight. Yeah, I never had heard of the Jelly Roll. I guess I'm not keeping up with the popular music like that old guy that come along here the other day. I like that kind of music. Oliver Anthony, that guy. That's the only newer guy that I've heard lately or listened to. And Chad, I didn't know they'd changed the name of Dixie Stampede. I guess that's some of that woke stuff. I wonder what they changed it to. And let's see, Dave, good to hear you. Everybody was asking about you on the Old Friends there yesterday evening. And I give them a report as of Fridays, but guess you got into something else there yesterday. Hope you're still doing well on the recovery. Go ahead, cuz. K4YBC, WB4NKL.
WB4NKL, K4YBC. Okay, real fine. Jelly roll, huh? I never heard of that one either, Dave. Oh, my Lord. Well, I'll tell you what, they just ain't no country music anymore. Everything's gone to this, whatever they call it, screaming and hollering, jumping up and down, taking their clothes off, you know. That's about what country music's turned into anymore. Oh well, still got the old ones, old songs that we can enjoy. I remember many years ago when Dolly was just a young girl, about 20 years old or something. I used to watch her. She was on the Porter Wagner show, and I tell you what, she made that Porter Wagner show. And when she called, I think Porter sued her trying to, I don't know. He was suing her for some reason because she was leaving his show or something. But anyway, I don't know how that turned out. But anyway, temperature just flipped over to 36 degrees here, Rick. I guess that's about what you got over down there at your house. Sun's coming across the mountain. Looks like it's going to be a beautiful day. And Rick, I think I'll go up to the gym after a while and exercise a little bit. To take it, K4YBC.
K4YBC and 4LQ. And I'm sitting here trying to change batteries, and my thermometer just went dead, and I can't see what temperature is. And they're AAA of all things, and I don't think I have any. XYL may have some stashed away somewhere. She uses them in her mouse. I'll take her mouse batteries. That'll fix her. Well, that's interesting about your hydrochloric. Not the hydrochloric. What is that stuff you used on the yellow stuff? Peroxide. Yeah, hydrogen peroxide takes the yeller out of things. Is that what they use in your shirt collar to take the yeller out? Hydrogen peroxide. Anyway, I'm going to have to find something here that's turned yellow so I can do that. Maybe the white wall tires on my white wall tires. That might do a job on those. And Rick, good on watching Amerigeddon. I've forgotten all about that. It's been so long ago. And Jelly Roll reminded me of Sanford and Son. And Fred's hero was the Blind Mellow Jelly. He used to talk about Blind Mellow Jelly. He was a singer of some sort from back in the old days, and that was his idol, Blind Mellow Jelly. Over to you there, Chad, KM4RCL, N4LQ.
KM4RCL in the group, mighty fun, Steve. Yeah, Jerry Roll was good in concert. Now, Eric Church, the chief they call him, I thought because of the chief of the North, but they said Eric Church was the chief of the North, and that's where he's from down there, and I'll say something, and cousin say, that's my nephew, or Rick will say, that's my boy, or something like that. But I don't like Eric Church. I watched a little bit of his show Saturday night over there at Bristol Motor Speedway and went and left. And Joe Rowe is one extreme to the other extreme. One song he'd be doing hard rock, next song it'd be rap, next song would be gospel music. So he can do all three. He all good. And he was the first one to sing a country music song that'd be number one, while he sings a rock song and it's number one on the rock chart. That has never been done. Dolly Parton's trying to do that rock and country now, but she wants what Joe Rowe has right now, be number one at both of them. I don't know about her being young. Joe Rowe's more young, you know, but you can look at him and just call, he's called Joe Rowe, you can just look at him and just say, well, he's had one too many Joe Rowe's. And trust me, he didn't take his clothes off either, because he's probably 500 pounds, I'd say. And he didn't put didn't take no clothes off and jump around, but Eric Church did. I don't like Eric Church. It seemed like the concert just died after that. And Eric Church, everybody is talking about Eric Church and Eric Church. Eric Church ain't nothing. Yeah, I don't like that pretty boy country music stuff and everything like that. Jerry Rowe sung more of the old stuff, and I like that, and the gospel stuff. So I like that stuff. KM4RCL WK4R. Now, how you tend to Eric Church down there? I know you could know something, Rick, about him or somebody's neighbor or something.
Not a thing. WK4R. Not even sure who he is, but anyway. We've had frost on the pumpkin 2 mornings in a row. I've looked out the window and the top of my storage building out there had changed colors to white. So, yeah, one more comment on Jelly Roll, I'll let him go. He looks like a 2-year-old drawled all over his face. I'll just leave it at that. And woke. Cliff, I'm hoping you can give me a definition or help me understand the new definition of it, because I ain't never understood it. All I know is I woke up from a nap. Other than that, I have no idea what it means. And because my wife went to doctor this morning for follow-up or something, and so not sure what my plans are this morning. Might go over there, but it might be a little later. I don't know. I got to get this one woman over there to change her schedule so I can get on the favorite elliptical deal that I like. But anyway, WD4OUM, WK4.
WD4OUM. Well, looks like the sun has went back in. How about that? Oh, well. You fellers talk about breakfast. Every Saturday in the month, different place around here, they have breakfast. In my opinion, a couple of them is better than down there at Bowmantown. Second weekend is Suffering Springs. Let me see, third weekend, I can't remember where the third weekend is down there at your house, that Limestone, It's the one up there on the old Jonesboro highway road, Boones Creek Road. You know, there's that. But anyway, they got them every which way. So, oh well. Uncle Dave, you got them flannels out yet? I'm thinking about it. I got a great big old heavy sweatshirt on. WD4LLR, WD4OUM.
WD4OUM and the group. WA4LLR. I've had the flannels out, brother. I've had them out for a month, probably. It don't take much to get me to drag out my favorite clothes. But anyway, I got up this morning and the wife had the gas logs going and felt pretty good in here. Well, Cliff, I appreciate everybody asking about me and you filling them in report as of Friday. No, my wife and I got to watching the movie and just let it get by yesterday evening. And I'm doing good. I've transitioned from a walker to a cane, and I'm doing a little bit of cautious walking without the cane. But if I'm going any distance, I'll use cane. But doing good. Start outpatient physical therapy this week. So I got to go into town here. I guess it's closed today. It's Columbus Day, I think. Go into town here probably tomorrow and get everything set up. Start Thursday, I believe they said. So get that going. But other than that, doing well. I had a good weekend. And well, Chad, you was talking about pretty boys and music. Ain't nobody ever gonna accuse Jelly Roll of being a pretty boy. Bless his heart. And I'm pretty opinionated when it comes to music. And rap, I cannot take. I've tried and I can't do it. Dave, I'm kind of like you. If I'm going to listen to country, I like the original stuff before it started getting fancy and becoming more of a southern rock or something. I don't know. But the old Johnny Cash, Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, and even further back. I heard somebody talking about what made a good country song. They said 3 chords and the truth. That's pretty hard. Oh, me. Anyway, enough of that. Down to you, John, W4JPL, WA4LLR.
Okay. WA4LLR in the group, W4JPL. Well, Dave, I'm real happy to hear you're doing gooder. You're on the road to recovery. A quick one thing we're praying for. Honest with you, I'm not much of a fan of country music. It doesn't do anything for me. I'll listen to it. I can listen just about anything but rap. I hear rap, and then I want to turn the radio or whatever off and then go wash my hands because I don't know where it's been. But I'd try to like all kinds of music. There's some classical pieces I think are absolutely beautiful, and of course I'm an old rock and roller. I like 60s and the progressive stuff from the 70s. Disco, disco is just about as bad as rap. So there you go. I guess I'm kind of opinionated in that. WD4, no, not Terry. Not Terry. We're going to Uncle Cliff, WB4NKL, and a group, W4JPL.
W4JPL, WB4NKL. Yeah, I have to agree. Never was a fan of rap. I do like the old blues music, the black singers from years ago, the Reverend Gary Davis, one that comes to mind, or Blind Gary Davis. I heard him called both, but I think he passed away back in the early 70s. But I like going on YouTube and watching some of that stuff from way back. And let's see, Steve, that peroxide, the other part of that is the UV light. So I don't know if you got one of those or not. Might pick up one of them. But after the peroxide goes on, you need to leave it under the UV light overnight. Is what this guy was doing. So I think, we was talking about it the other day. Larry was talking about putting it out in the sun. I guess that was the UV light for that. But that's part of the treatment. And let's see, Rick, woke means somebody doing something stupid nowadays. That's the best definition I could come up with. And let's see, Terry, there's a breakfast. If you look around about every weekend, you can go eat breakfast somewhere. All these Rutan clubs and churches, and some of them are seem to be a little better than the others. That is, I think, the third weekend over here at Limestone Rutan Club, and I don't know if they do it every month or not. They used to, and then they quit during COVID, and I don't know if they've ever got cranked back up where they're doing it every month or not. Maybe have by now. And let's see, Dolly Parton, the first time I ever seen her was on the Kaz Walker show. That was a local TV show out of Knoxville. Kaz Walker was a grocer store owner down there, and he had a local show on the Mondays, and he'd have local talent. But he's a hoot to watch too. If you go on YouTube and type in Kaz Walker show. But he had, I remember when I was just a kid, seen Dolly Parton on there. It might have been her first television appearance, probably was. Looks like she was about 16 or 17. So send it on around. Go ahead, Kaz. K4YBC, WB4NKL.
Okay, let me come down frequency a little bit, guys. Okay. Real proud. Yeah, I think I saw on Facebook yesterday or day before or sometime, and Willie Nelson's 90 years old. I always kind of liked Willie Nelson, kind of. His sound and everything was a little different, but him and Waylon Jennings made some good records together. I was always a folk music fan, guys. I always liked some of the old folk music. I know when I was a DJ up in Alaska, Peter, Paul, and Mary was a big name back then, and some of the other folk groups, and they were popular. That was back about 1962 or 63, something like that. And Rick, I wanted to pass this by. You said you guys are selling your van. Well, guess what? Our church is selling our van too. I come to the conclusion that it's cheaper if we need a van to rent one than to try to maintain one all the time. So our van's up for sale too. And I guess that makes sense. It's starting to get some wear and tear on it, and the preacher said he's a little bit worried about letting somebody try to drive it any great distance or something, so I don't know. But anyway, it's up for sale. Not much else. N4LQ, K4YBC.
K4YBC, N4LQ. I'm sitting here all mad now. I got this thing all boxed up, got the label printed and all taped up and looking pretty. And then somebody said Columbus Day, and I thought, wait a minute. I looked it up, and Columbus Day, there's no mail. Those mailmen it seem like half the time they're just taking the day off. Well, I guess they deserve it. They just drive around in circles all day. And Cliff, yeah, UV light, need some of that. I guess I don't have any source of that except for the great outdoors. So, well, I don't know how much it takes. We got, what, 6 hours of it or something now? I guess I could I'd take this LMAC dial. That may be the first thing I need to do is take the LMAC dial out there, except I'm liable to lose the lettering. I'm not sure what that stuff would do to the lettering on it. But Dave, glad you're up and walking around with that cane, and hope you can get down that staircase pretty soon and fire up the big rig. And that Dolly Parton, I never gave a hoot about Dolly Parton. I tell you, I used to, when I was a kid, we'd go down to Gallenberg and had a good time, and I think she just run the whole town. I don't have a bit of use for that silly woman, but it seems like she's practically worshipped by some people. But anyway, over to Chad, KM4RCL, N4LQ.
No, she's practically worshipped by people in Sevier County because the tourism pays all their taxes over there, I believe. And Dollywood itself has gone woke. So they changed the name, Dixie Stampede, to Dolly Parton's Stampede, and took the Dixie off. They said that was racist. So I got mad about that. Then Dollywood kicked all the gospel music out of Dollywood. Used to, when you went into Dollywood, was the Southern Gospel Music Hall of Fame. Right there when you come in that big old building. That big old building now is something LGBTQ for the queers, pretty much, or lesbians that come to Dollywood now. So there used to be a gospel festival, and they kicked them out. And now it's got like a bluegrass festival. And the group they had Saturday was the Radio Rangers. I reckon they're some kind of famous bluegrass group. I never heard of them myself. But I guess we're Radio Rangers members too. KM4RCL. See, what else was I thinking of? Well, things have just changed all in general. Around the Dollywood and everything, and you wouldn't believe what I was charged Friday night for a motel room. And, well, they didn't have no motel room. Everything was booked, just the city in Bristol. So I had to get a hotel room in Kingsport. I found one on the John B. There, you probably know what I'm talking about. It's next to the Wendy's and Hardee's and hotels up on the hill on the John B. Dennis. So I was going to spend the night with you at your place, but my brother said he couldn't deal with the old man smell. And I know the old man smell, and I couldn't deal with it there. So we paid $250 a night. So that's that. KM4RCL WK4.
WK4. Because we did sell the big bus. Still got two of the, I guess you can call it smaller. They're big, but they're still small than the other one that I would love to get rid of. I'd like to get rid of all of them. Mailman. They must have been training a new mailman the other week, last week or week before. I got mail one night at 8:30. Dude came up to the porch to ask me what my address was and deliver a package to me, I think. So, I gather he was new. And, Steve, you better be careful with stuff on them letters on that plastic dials. I found out it don't take much a long time ago, and you probably have too, to rub the numbers off a dial on a Heathkit VFO. Man, I thought I'd be nice and clean it. Fortunately, I started on one end and didn't use that part, but got rid of that one. And I got a bookcase over here that I'm thinking about redoing. And I dread it, but it needs to be done. I got stuff in the way, and I got to put stuff out the way, and computers in the way. Need to get to some stuff. Anyway, whose turn is it? WD4OUM, WK4R.
WD4OUM. Well, go out and buy you a convertible, throw that stuff in the back seat, pop the top, and go to the car wash. Takes care of everything, so there you go. And Chad, I've said it time and time again, your elevator just don't go all the way to the top floor. That's about all I got to say about you. $500 a night for a room, $250 a night for a room. Hey, if you don't like my snore, I could have given you a blanket and a pillow or something. You could sleep out in the yard or whatever. So, oh well. WD4LLR, WD4OUM.
WD4OUM and the group. WA4LLR. Lordy. I guess it was you, Cliff, talking about some of the old black blues music. I like that too. Well, see, what was that? You remember the Blind Boys from Alabama, or somewhere down there, used to be a group that get some stuff done. I liked old Chuck Berry and a lot of them guys, and a lot of them I can't even remember, but yeah. And Dave, I'm with you. I like the 60s folk stuff, Peter, Paul, and Mary, and old the Guthrie Boys, and I don't know, there was some mighty good music came out of the 60s. Oh, Rick, talking about woke. I was looking up definitions on the internet. According to Merriam-Webster, it means to be aware of and actively attentive to important societal facts and issues, especially racial and social justice. But here's the one I really like. Wokeism is weaponized personal grievances masquerading as a genuine social concern. It's defined by fraudulent nature as being distinct from legitimate social groups. Now that's the best definition of wokeism I've heard in a long time. That's from a group called Fairport Educational Alliance. I'm surprised Google found that one. It's so unwoke. Anyway, yeah, Steve, I hope I can get down to the shack here before long, too. It's nice to have one here by the recliner, but I'd sure like to have more fire in the wire. Anyway, W4JPL,
Okay, excuse me, WA4LLR in the group. W4JPL. Yeah, I'll bet you're biting at the bit, Dave, to get down there and start playing with the real toys, huh? Good for you. The only thing I would say about Woke and Pride is go woke, go broke, because if I know a place is pushing that agenda, I will not spend any of my money there, period. So I'll just leave it at that. Signals are really strong today, happy to say. Just about on everybody. I had to turn the RF gain back. The meter's going ping right to the end. Patiently waiting for the leaves to change. Talking to my pastor about that yesterday, and he's 81, so he's not really able to drive. But I told him, look, you and your missus want to go see the leaves change when it's time. If you're available, I'll come up there and get you and carry out the blowing rock. So he's agreeable to that. And he's a really good guy. I like spending time with him when I can. As far as Peter, Paul, and Mary, when I was younger, it made me cringe. I couldn't deal with it. But as I grew older, I really appreciate any group of singers that can sing in pretty much perfect harmony. I really appreciate harmony singing, which you don't see much anymore. Like somebody else mentioned, all you do is scream. So screaming's good in its place, but I love harmony singing. I'm going to jump out of here, boys, but I will listen for a while. It's going on 20 and 9. I got to see if Maggie wants to go freeze her butt off and walk out in 43-degree park weather. 73, God bless, and I'll be listening for a while. WB4NKL in the group, W4JPL.
W4JPL, it's WB4NKL. Okay, John, have a good day. Yeah, there's no hurry to get out and walk for me today. That's I usually get out before it gets hot, but looks like the high is about 60, so I can put that walk off for another hour or two and still be in good shape on temperature. Had to wear a jacket there yesterday up at Jonesboro. But Chad, I guess with all the festivals are going, they had storytelling going in Jonesboro. That draws a lot of people in from all over the world. I guess all the motels in Johnson City and surrounding this area is probably all filled up. Let's see. I'd say not too many local people go to that. It draws people from all over the country, but not a whole lot of locals. I went one time to the storytelling. Somebody gave us some tickets and enjoyed it, but it's not something I'd sit there the whole weekend and do. And see, I always liked the folk music too. Peter, Paul, and Mary. My sister took me to see the Kingston Trio when I was about 10 years old. I guess that made an impression on me on the folk music, but I always enjoyed that type of music also. And let's see, what else here? Columbus Day. Wife mentioned it. She said, Glenda said there wasn't any mail today, and I had to look real close at the calendar. Right down at the bottom in little letters it said it's Columbus Day, no red letter day or anything, so I'd have missed that. She hadn't mentioned it and would have walked to the mailbox. So I guess that's one that I don't think we had when I was working. We didn't have Columbus Day. Regular work day for me back in the day. Go ahead, Cuz. K4YBC is WB4NKL.
WB4NKL, K4YBC. Okay, I switched over to the Globe Scout. I thought I'd let it warm up a little bit. Use it all. I can use it every now and then and enjoy the little Globe Scout. So I hope it sounds okay. And yeah, the Kingston Trio was a great group. I always enjoyed them. That's one of Janie's groups because they made the big hit record of Tom Dooley. And she's related to Tom Dooley, so hang down your head, Tom Dooley. Gentlemen, I'm going to get out of here. 7-3s to everybody. Everybody have a great day, and we'll look for you tomorrow. I'll be in here in the morning 'cause I don't have to go to the dermatologist. So, I think my appointment's at 2 o'clock, so I'll have to leave here around 12:30, something like that. 7-3s, everybody. Have a good one. And we'll see you tomorrow. N4LQ to take it. K4YBC.
Hey, Scout sounds good. K4YBC, N4LQ. Yeah, Scout actually is a little bit more, maybe a little sharper, penetrating, but sounds great. And let's see, I got to go to the doctor tomorrow, the orthopedic guy. Let him look at this leg situation a little bit more. And Kingston Trio, does your chewing gum lose its flavor on the bedpost overnight? Yeah, I used to love that song. That I can take. Anyhow, yeah, I guess I'll take another walk today too. Probably wait till the warmest part of the day, maybe 2 o'clock this afternoon. Yesterday, something always happens when I take a walk. Yesterday I ran into about 4 neighbors. One, I came upon this driveway. There's a pickup truck sitting out by the road in his driveway, and I thought, wonder what that is. And then I ran into this guy walking a big yellow lab, and got to talking to him, and he said, yeah, that's my truck. He said, I put the dog in the truck, and then we drive out to the end of the driveway, and then we take a walk. And the reason we do that is because I've got this electric dog fence underground, and if I don't put him in the truck, it would shock him. He wouldn't want to go. So he drives him over the wire out to the street. So there you go. Go ahead, Chad, KN4RCL, N4LQ.
KN4RCL in the group, and John, if you're still listening, the waves up here are changing right now, so you need to grab that preacher man of yours and bring him up here about the waves. The waves are peaking right now. Usually it's the first weekend in October. They're a little late this year, so yeah, this weekend if you want to show off the waves, it'll be probably this weekend, I'd say. And tell you the truth, me and my brother was wondering, that hotel was plumb full, and everybody got up and they're way up and they was gone by 8 or 9 o'clock. I said, where on earth did all these people go? And they all look like people that's come in here from up north and stuff. Was wondering where on earth they was going. I guess to look at the ways what we were doing, because they wasn't going to the country show. They didn't look like the kind of people that go to a country show. And then the storytelling thing in Jonesboro does make sense because it's supposed to be the international storytelling thing. I tell you the truth, I had a couple of people at work I can put in that storytelling, make the rest commit suicide. You want to talk about storytelling? Now they can tell some big ones on the storytelling. The storytelling the same as a lot of the old people around here who are kind of liar, you know. You believe the storytelling is the same thing as telling a lie. So I guess that's the Liars Convention over there, and they have it Jonesboro every year. And the signs on the interstate say International Storytelling, so that's the International Liars Convention, I guess, whatever they call that. Well, Terry, I appreciate you offering up your yard and everything. And speaking of people, I mean, everywhere, I was at Johnson City. I had to go to the Kubota place and get me some hydraulic oil for my Kubota UTT fluid. And that area of Johnson City by the golf course out there is taken over by homeless people. In the old Kmart right there. And Ingles bought all that property up to build an Ingles there and pay $5 million for it. Now, I tell you, they ought to build that new Ingles and clean all the area up because they got way too many homeless people there, and I can't understand why. The bus station, I think it's downtown or something. Usually, around bus stations, you got a bunch of homeless people. And I'll tell you, Iceville, I quit going to Iceville because it's got so bad for the homeless and stuff. And Johnson City's just getting as bad as Iceville. Them people that used to wake up over there. KM4RCL. Go ahead. I think you're still in there. WK4R.
Yep, WK4R. Well, I'm here, but I got to go. I got orders from my wife before she left a while ago that I was supposed to put some clothes in the dryer from the washing machine. Well, timer went off. Time's gone by. I'm late. I better get my butt in there and do it. Get my day started. Do what I got to do. I'll say 73 and probably listen for a bit anyway. But y'all have a good day and catch you tomorrow if all goes well. I don't think I got any appointments. WD4OUM, WK4R, clear.
WD4OUM. Well, Chad, it's hard for me to believe all them hotels right there where you stayed was full. You got 3 right there at Wendy's. Up on top of the hill, you got another one. Over across from a Mexican place, you got another one. And then if you want to spend some money, over across the street, you got Meadowview. Now, I can't believe all them places are full, but oh well. Nah. There ain't gonna be no days where I lay down $250 to go in and sleep in a bed or try to sleep. I don't do no sleeping in a hotel. It just don't happen. I just lay there and flip and flop. So, oh well. And storytelling. There's a big difference between storytelling, telling all these old stories in flat out line. So, oh well. Anyway, WA4LLR, WD4OUM.
WD4OUM and the group. WA4LLR 73 to everybody that's taking off. Hope you have a great day. And Chad, you talking about International Liars Convention. We've already got that. I think they call it the United Nations. But anyway, Harry, yesterday, I think it was yesterday or Saturday, I worked a special event station on 40 meters over in Kingsport. Some famous historical inn, and I can't remember the name of it, but the guy was talking about it was some area over there where they used to build river boats and send them all the way down to the Gulf, down to New Orleans. But I can't remember the name of some of that famous inn over there. You might know it, but it had a special call and everything. They had it going for special events. It was kind of interesting. I should have wrote it down, but I did. But I was just wondering if you know of some famous inn over there in Kingsport. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, Dave, you're still listening. That little transmitter sounds really good. Got it just right, sounds like. Well, I'll hang for one more before I bail out. Let's see. Ben said the leaves about peaked out where he is. Of course, he's 4,000 or a little better. I'm at 3,000, and they're just starting to change down here. So if you're going to see a lot of color, John, you'd have to be at a higher elevation, probably up in the northway up towards Mount Mitchell. Let's see, I believe John took on. I think it goes WB4NKL, WA4LLR.
Yeah, WA4LLR, WB4NKL. Okay, Dave. I can't think of the name of that. Well, I know where you're talking about, and it's on the river over there in Kingsport. Terry can tell you the name of it. But that whole road down through there, it's I started to say Chester Inn, but I don't think that's the name of it. I know where it's at. That's across from that riverfront seafood restaurant over there, not too far from it. Let's see. Neighbors. Now, Steve, that's when I walk around down to Davy Crockett Park from here, and I usually run into some neighbors. Can add 30 minutes to the walk there sometimes. Everybody wants to stop and talk a little while, but that's good. You know, you see something funny going on like that truck parked out the road, and you wonder why, and then you find out the rest of the story. So, good reason for that. Let's see. Yeah, that storytelling, I don't know. I was trying to figure out how much attendance they got, but it's a pretty big thing. I know it's hard to get through there. I don't even go up there on the weekends or having it, which is just had it. They got the road blocked. The four lane out there's got people parked everywhere, shuttling people around. It's grown to be a pretty big thing. Now go ahead, Steve. I'll stay one more. N4L Kansas, WB4NKL.
Okay. Yeah, I guess Dave has left the building, and I'm next. So, yeah, well, I met several neighbors yesterday. I think talked to about 4 people. One woman came running out up the driveway, and she said, "I just want to tell you, you sure are looking good." Well, thank you, ma'am. She said, "Well, you weren't hardly able to walk when you first started, and now you're zipping by here real fast and lost all that weight. You're looking really good." So I said, "Well, okay, I'll see you later." Anyhow, I made it back home. Yeah, I think it's about time for me to clear out of here also. And we'll say R73s and maybe get back on here this afternoon. Got Walmart coming out here pretty soon to make a delivery. And I'll need to greet them and help the lady unload her car. Let's see. So that's my last one for the day, for the morning. And it goes to Mr. Chad, KN4RCL/Dollywood, N4LQ.
I find, Rick, I ain't much Dollywood. That's like I used to be. I used to be all the time. For they switched all this LBGQ and woke stuff and everything like that. So I used to have season passes from about 2002 to 2015, so I was more Mr. Dollywood then than them years. I don't have no more. The reason I go to Dollywood this past thing is because where my brother works at, they give everybody tickets and buy their meals if they go to Dollywood. So he gets extra tickets, and me and him go to Dollywood, get everything we can off them. So most of the people in Yancey County end up going there to them. I think this year they bought about 600 tickets, and that's just for the employees. And they buy the employees family all tickets, so definitely that's more than that. And they give them $20 to eat on, so that's pretty good. Well, that's better than more places around, you know. But it's all gone woke and everything. It makes me mad the way things do anymore. And I've seen one of the big old mansion inns over there at Kingsport from back in the day about it. Now, what I've been told recently, that everybody wants to live over there in Colonial Heights or Johnson City or Gray or somewhere to get away from the smell in Kingsport, because the Eastman and that paper mill stinks everything up. So, Terry, you can tell us what place that is over there on Kingsport where they built them boats and sent them down the river and everything. They can't do it no more because of a dam on the river down there that goes around the Douglas Dam, I think below it, at Fort Loudon. There's locks and everything you can get through, but I don't think no more you can get through. KM4RCL, I don't know who it goes to. I think Rick got out of there. He's doing laundry somewhere, so he better get that laundry done before the missus gets home. So I'm going to throw it up in there, and whoever fights there next, go ahead.
Hey, Clark, what was you fellas talking about there a while ago? You wanted to know where it was at. I was over there working on the propane heater. Wasn't paying no attention.
I was asking about some historic inn over there, Terry, on the river in Kingsport. They had a special event station on either Saturday or yesterday on 40 meters talking about it was a location where they used to build river boats and send down the river. Historic inn over
Netherland Inn. I thought of.
Well, you got the Chesterfield Inn right there where they got a riverboat replica sitting out in front of it. Is that the one you're talking about?
No, I believe Cliff Gunner from Netherland.
Oh, yeah, Netherland Inn is right on down the road there, but I don't think they done any boat building down there. Might be wrong, but oh well. Yeah, you got a bunch of stuff right there. And way back yonder, about Cuzzy's time, Johnson City and Kingsport got together, and they made this big deal. Johnson City said, Kingsport, if you help us get the railroad, we'll come down and dredge Holston River so you can run river boats up down through there. Well, Johnson City got the railroad and poof, deal fell through. So there you go. Anyway, yeah, you go there to Chesterfield Inn down there, and over across the street next to the river, they got that riverboat. And you just wonder a bunch of people with big long poles, and they had it loaded down with spurs and everything. How it ever got up and down that flip dipping river. So, there you go. WA4LLR, WD4OUM. And over on Stone Drive, you got the Island Bill Mansion, just in case you wanted to know.
WD4OUM. WA4LR. Well, I don't think I've ever been in that part of King before. It was just kind of interesting. The guy that was doing the special event station was talking about some of it. I hadn't heard about that. I didn't realize that. I guess that's the Holston River down through there. I didn't realize it was deep enough for boat traffic, but I guess it may have been or whatever. Evidently, it was at one time. But that is interesting. I always kind of wished that I'd lived a little closer to a river. Well, we've got, a river over here, but it's non-navigable unless you're on a raft or an inner tube or a canoe or a fire. But when I was a kid growing up, I loved Mark Twain's stories about life on the Mississippi. I always wanted to be out there building a raft or or have a shanty boat like if you've ever seen the Moron Brothers and their shanty boat. I always thought that's kind of cool.
WA4LLR, WB4NKL. Yeah, that's the South Fork there where that Netherland Inn is, but they come together right there, not far from there. The North Fork and the South Fork of the Holston come together right there past that Netherland Inn. And that riverfront seafood place is right on up from that, and I'll sit there and you can look out over the river from their back porch. And, I believe you could walk across it right there. It looks like I can see people out there fishing, and that's pretty shallow right there where that restaurant's at. Hard to imagine that. Like Terry says, they'd like to have it dredged out, I guess, back in the day. But I guess it's a little deeper there where after the North Fork and the South Fork come together. I guess it's probably a little bigger river. But I'll get out to you about 9. It's up at 9 o'clock. Enjoyed it this morning, and catch you guys in the morning, if not later on today. Go ahead, Chad. KN4RCL, WB4NKL.
Hey, Cliff.
Yeah.
Where in the world do you fellers think that Kingsport got its name? It's not Kingsport. It's KINGS and then PORT. The boats come in right there at Chesterfield Inn, and all the boat travelers stayed overnight there in that Chesterfield Inn. So Kingsport was a riverboat city. There you go, Chad.
It must have been deeper back in the day.
I think when they built them dams down there, and blocked it off, you might be able to still get a boat. I'm thinking the French Valve. So does the Holston and the French Valve split down there at Knoxville? Because the train they have in Knoxville, it's called the Three Rivers Rambers. So French Valve might be one of them, and Holston's the other one. And I guess the Tennessee River, I guess, when them two meet up. Am I right? Well, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. KN4RCL. Go ahead, Terry.
Well, I go by parallel here, so I won't catch a question. Anyway, That's your all's history lesson for today. There was a whole bunch of Indian battles fought right up and down through there. Battle of Highland Flats, Battle of Long Island, and all kinds of stuff. So, oh well. Yeah, back in the old days, everything was deeper and steeper and everything. Oh well. Well, I guess I'll see you.